Asato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityorma amritangamaya avir maedhi rudra jatte dakshinang mukham te namang pahi nityam te namang pahi nityam om shanti shanti shanti. O Lord, lead us from the unreal to the real, lead us from darkness to light, lead us from death to immortality, and evermore shine in our hearts with your resplendent face. Om peace, peace, peace be unto us all. So, we were studying the Shanti Gita, recapitulating the verses. So, it is chapter 1, we are started the other day, where this Shanti Gita started, the first chapter of it. And so I will not repeat again, but what we read is this, that in the observing Arjuna overwhelmed because he has lost his son, Abhimanyu. He was killed in the war. On the 13th day of the war, Abhimanyu was killed, and as a result, it was a disaster in that Arjuna felt so despondent, he lost all interest. So, that time he came to Krishna again, and Krishna advised the spiritual wisdom. And Bhagavan started with this. The first number 1 was that Arjuna was overwhelmed with grief. The son Abhimanyu was killed. And Madhusudana, then Lord, comforted him with such awakening words. What they said? Bhagavan said, King Sochasi Sakhe Partha, why are you are lamenting, oh my dear friend Partha? Bismito si puroditam. I have told you, you have forgotten all that what I taught you. Murapraya vimugdho si magno si soko sagare. It is surprising that you are steeped into the ocean of pain and suffering and bereavement. You have forgotten all that lesson I have given to you. Maike sattavajganam sukamahasya karanam. All our delusion, all our suffering comes because that which is Maya, you think it to be real. Maike tang buddhusi. You know you are the awakened soul. Dhirosi. You are all intelligent person, right understanding, man of right understanding. Shokang taktva sukhi bhavo. Be happy by giving up your bereavement, the lamentation. Samsare maike ghore satya bhavena mohita. This is Maya's play going on. And in this samsara, where is everything is changing every day, in that changing world, what you are doing? Satya bhavena mohita. You have become bewildered, thinking they are to be true, they are to be permanent, they are to be unchanging. And mamata baddha chittosi. Your chitta, your mind, your heart is now mamata baddha, it is bound in the bond of mamata, me and mine, affection, attachment. Deho vimana jogata. Why it is happening? Because you think you are the body. And that's why it is all this relationship. And that's why you are suffering so much. You should not suffer. You should be always free, because you are the ever-free soul. So you should not be like that. Kovasi tvang kathang jata. 5th verse, which we read last time. What we read? How far? I think from 5th we will start. Kovasi tvang kathang jata Kashukho va kalatrakam kathang va sneho vaddosi shanamatrang vicharaya. Just instantly make this analysis, just for a moment, kshanamatra, even one moment, pause and think. Kobaosi, who are you? Tongue, who are you? And kathang jatam, jataha, where are you born? Kasuto, who is your child, who is your son, and who is your relative? Kathang ba, how you have been entangled yourself in this identification of this attachment, love, affection. In the name of love and affection, you are thinking the outside body of the child, body of the son, but it is not. You are not the body. What you are seeing, this is all Maya, you are seeing in Maya. You have to understand, he is talking to Arjuna, not like us, ordinary people. You will say, it is what a rude word, no? My son is dead and he is giving me this advice. Suppose, if ordinary people listens to this, they will say, what type of teacher is that? No sympathy for me, no? And he's just brushing out all these things. Your son, it is Maya, why are you getting this? What type of advice? Where is the consideration for anyone's suffering and pain? No. Vedanta is established on the truth. It just presents the truth in direct sense. So it says, as a consequence of your identifying the self-capital with this small body, as this is the body, you have become deluded and entangled with the idea of me and mine. And then, not only me and mine, and taking the objects of this terrible illusory world to be real. So you think these are all real, real, real. And thinking that real, thinking you are real, this body is real, your mind is real, and this relationship, everything. Relationship is where? In the mind. People connect with other person with the mind. People disassociate with other person in the mind. In our day-to-day life, look at that. Where our mind is, that we get attached. When the mind is not there, you are not. So, therefore, think bit seriously that just analyze only for a moment, who are you? This is the eternal question. Who are you? Just analyze that. How are you born? And who is your own son or your family? How did you get entangled in their love and affection? How many lifetimes we have born and we have some relationship and we have always cried and wept. Look at the whole world. The whole world is a picture of our past and present. Today's life as I am leading, this is my life, but I can see this all through the life. We were yesterday seeing the life of the dolphins. So, they have life and they lived a life. And they also cry, they also weep. So how many times we wept and cried, lost, we thought that we have lost our friend, family. And then we thought, no. Again we get entangled into another relationship. Then we get again, life after life, this play, this drama is going on. And why it is happening? Not your fault. But it's because of the impact. Impact of what? Ajnana prabhavam sarvam jiva maya vasangata. Jiva maya vasangata. Deha vimana yogeno nana dukkhani bhunjate. Being what is net result of attachment? Vedanta is very bold. That's why people don't practice Vedanta. It says that Maya Deho Abhimana Yogena, because identification of your Deho. Deho, I am the body. Fundamental mistake is I am the body. I am the body, then he is mine, he is not mine. I love him, he is not my favorite, he is favorite, he is not favorite. He is be good, he is bad. All me, who resonates with my mind, he is my friend. Who does not resonate with me, he is an enemy. All related to me and mine. My house, my building, my room, my money, my prestige, my name, my education, my quality, I, me, mine. Ahamidam, mamaidam, iti naisargiko vayang loka vyavahara. Shankaracharya says, no. This is the eternal play of drama going on, ahamidam and mamaidam. Iti naisargiko vayang loka vyavahara. So this is the same thing. Bhagavan Krishna is again directly narrating. Ajnana prabhavam sarvam. Jiva maya va avasangata. Avasa. We are helplessly. We are drawn into the maya, sucked into the maya. And because of under the influence, the impact of maya, sarvam jiva, all these jivas, individual, though they are all Brahman, they are all free, we are all free. But we think we are bound. Ajnana prabhavam sarvam jiva maya avasangata deho abhimana yogena. Being identified with this body, naturally mind is also another body, subtle body, causal body, three bodies. This gross body, anything happens, pinches in the body, I feel suffering. Anyone says a strong word in I am hurt, I am wounded. How can he say like that? This is destroyed my peace all day. He said such a rough word to me. Hey, who is sitting in the back? Why are you sitting? I cannot see your face. Meditating. Move another seat. Okay. Deho bhimano yogena, that's also me and mine. Every step we can verify what they are talking is so real. Karima, you are in samadhi, move another side. I like to see your face. Yeah. Understand, so after such a long time. Okay. Deho bhimano yogena, that is because of deho abhiman identification with the deho. Nana dukkhani. What is the net result? Nana dukkhani bhunjate. We are experiencing varied types of suffering. Emotional suffering, intellectual suffering, egocentric suffering, physical suffering. Look at that. In every level, in the 5 levels of our existence, no? We are suffering. But I don't suffer for your body is also body. It happens to me, then we glorify. I suffer so much, there is nobody in the world suffers like me. I have this disease, that disease, no one suffers like me. But you go, the whole world, how many people are suffering in how many ways? But I am not concerned about that. When I am little headache, then I say, my suffering is so big. But others suffering, they are on the deathbed, no? Some are suffering so much. So physical suffering in the physical body, emotional suffering, intellectual suffering. Two intellectual people, they suffer very much. They are very jealous of each other. What he says, he does not understand. I understand more, or to refute that argument with this and that. There is a conflict, then dukkha. That's why Buddha said, sarvam dukkham. Give up. Okay, if I go to details, then now we will not finish the book. Okay. Now, so all the dukkha, according to Bhagavan Krishna in the Shanti Gita says, Deho bhimana yogena nana dukkhani bhunjate. Net result of our attachment is good. If it brings you joy, have it. But it brings pain, it brings suffering. So don't be attached. But love everyone, but don't be attached. That's a very strong word. Your love will be profound, but there will be no attachment. That's the example of the lotus leaf and the water. Water in the lotus leaf, but it does not stick there. In the Upanishad, in the Chandogya Upanishad, there is like, Ashani iva vidhuya papani. When the horses, they roll their body in the sand, no? So much sand in the body, no? But when they stood up and shake their body, all the things drop away, no? So live in the world like that. But let it not stick into the identification level. So this is the net teaching of Bhagavad Gita and Shanti Gita also. Manakalpita sangsarang sattang matya mishatmakam dukkhang sukhang cha manyante pratikulya anukulya yo. So manakalpita sangsara, this sangsara is not there in reality. That's a very big analysis, no? This sangsara is not real. Well, what? This samsara is not real. Just I felt hunger and I ate. And just I feel angry. Somebody did misbehave. It is all samsara, asara. Satyam matya. You are thinking it is to be true. Mrishatmakam. In reality, it is all false. Dukkham sukham chamannate. And you are feeling your happiness and misery. That is also your feeling. It's not real. Pratikulla, anikulla. When you get favorable and unfavorable condition, happiness, misery comes. But these are not real. How can I accept it? Logically, we should accept it. Logically true. Now, when you are awake, all the experience, awakening experience, suffering and joy, you are really feeling joy and suffering. But parallelly, we are feeling suffering and joy. Someone is sleeping now. He is not feeling the suffering and joy. Suppose there is an earthquake or something. But one is go to a hospital and been operation and he has been put to anesthesia and anesthesia still in the anesthesia mood. He will not feel whether there is earthquake or fire or rain or anything has happened. Is this real then to him? No, it is not real. He may be dreaming, he may be in dream world or maybe sleeping in his sleep world. So if it is real, it should be real for everyone all the time, 24 hours. But we switch our identity, waking state to dream state to sleep state to dream state to waking state. So what is true? That's why Janaka said, nah? Vastavakra said, if you accept this is true, that is also true. If you feel this is true, then Swapna, dream also true. But how can be two true? Two things cannot be. Truth is only one. So it does not stand the argument. Time, space, causation. Everything is happening in time, space and causation. At night, 12 o'clock, I am sleeping. This world is gone for me. And I may be dreaming, I may be in another level. I may go to Dakshineshwar, I can go to, or I can go to hell also, mentally. Mental hell. See, someone is chasing you, or someone you are running for life, and someone has got a violent picture may come in your dream, or a noble picture it can come in your dream. So this is all fictitious. How can you say it is real? But how much we say, I know that I am this. How much you say, but I know I am the body. So that's why this book to read, we have to background check is very necessary. Background checking, no? They go for job or anything, they do your background check. But in Vedanta, no one does the background check. Background check is that those who are purified by long spiritual practice with prayer, selfless work, charity, loving others, sacrificing for others, make the mind purer, and this truth will be revealed in the pure heart. So that background is necessary. It is to hear about this truth is always useful, but more importantly, it will be useful if we can have the background work, devotion, selfless work and other things. Now 8th verse, Mamata pasasangbadha sangsare brahma prattaye anadikalato jivo sattva buddhya vimohito. It is not one day, it is not you today. This samsara is going on thousands and thousands, billions of years history. Stars, galaxies coming, going, destroying into black hole, coming out. This is happening all the time. This whole cosmos is going on, and for time immemorial this type of happening is going on. Anadikala to jiva, and jiva, individual soul, being in this body, being in another body, being in another body, anadikala, from time immemorial, sattva buddhya vimohito. Not in this life now I am thinking this is real. From births and births and births in the past, we always thought this world is real. The survival skill, fight, survival of the fittest, survival of the loudest, survival of the... So all this philosophy have come. And you look at the life, animal world, that survival of the loudest, fittest, strong will survive, weak will go away. But this identification, I want to protect myself. And that started from there itself. And now still, I want to protect. But I, which I? Not our eternal I. We are not careful about our eternal I. We are thinking of this material I. So this is the problem. The momata pasu sambaddha. We are being bound in the momata pasu, in the tie, or in the captured by the snare of self-love. From the beginningless time, jiva, individual soul, the individual soul captured by the snare of self-love, small self, this small self, not the big self. Big self, you are free from bondage. When you fall in love with big self, capital S, then you are free. That's called Atman. That's called God. That's called divine. But we are not concerned about that. We are concerned about this, protecting this 5 feet 4 inches height, this how much body weight, and 2 eyes, and this ears. This personality, we are concerned about that. And a mind residing in that, the mental condition of that, intellectual condition of that. So, from the beginningless time, jiva, the individual soul, captured by the snare of love, is deluded, thinking everything as real in this confusing ordeal of our worldly existence. Taktva griham jati narang puranam alambate dibba griham jatanyat jivastatha jirnamapur bihayo grihnati dehantaramasu divyam. So it's same principle, giving jirnani, old garment, throw away and take a new garment. So a person restores to delight new home, abandoning the old one. So one person dead means that body is old body. Okay, get a fresh body. Who does not like that you get a good car, fresh new car from the shop, and you have to abandon your old car. Should not cry for that, because I am not losing the body, but I am getting another body. This body is old, 80 years old, engine is running wrong, so it should be discarded. And you get a new engine, and it's plan. That's the planning. I will get one Mercedes Benz, or I will get one electric car, I will get one this, whatever is your planning, no? So, and that is joyful, because you know this has become old, so you are getting a new exchange. So new exchange, when you know, then you should not cry. So he says, a person restored resorts to delight new home, abandoning the old one. In a similar manner, an individual soul takes up a delightful new body, giving up the worn out old body. So you are thinking your son is lost. He has given up his old body. If he wants to have another body, he will have a fresh new body, new start. But if he does not become one with God, then not to come back again, will be eternal. So no loss in both ways, nothing is lost. In either way, not lost. It's the old engine gone, new engine you get. And you can ride that car very well because it's a fresh engine. And otherwise, if you don't want any engine and you are tuned to God consciousness, absolute to yourself, then you need not have to be born again. So leaving the body is not a big issue. The attitude behind that is the issue. 10th verse, abhavo. Then they bring very philosophical question. Prag abhavo. Prag abhavo. Abhavo prag abhavasya. Chavastha parivartanat parinamannite dehe purva bhavo na vidyate. With the change of the condition of the body, absence of the earlier or previous state also becomes absent. Therefore, there remains no trace of the earlier state of the body in the matured state. So, this body in the matured state does not stay. Nadrishyate ballabhavo dehasya jauvanodaya avasthantar samprapto deha parinaman namet jataha, as because avasthantar samprapto, you achieve one state to the another state. So, nadrishyate ballabhavo, no one, the childhood state, the child personality of all of us. We don't find it here now. But we are all child one time. The childhood state of our is not seen in the advent of the youth. Youth has become now what in our present age. Where is the youth? Find out the youth in it. They are gone, they are gone. So what we are talking about is a flow of change. We are taking it to be a reality, a real existence. I. Therefore I think I am the same guy. I am not the same guy. Every body of every age, every year, every second we are changing. That we cannot understand. But if we look back 5 years before, you take a picture of yourself 5 years before and now, or 10 years before and now, you're young, 20 years and now, see what is the difference. Where did that body go? Are you crying for that body? Where is my childhood? No one cries for that. So why are you crying now? This body is gone. It's going, all the time it is going away. Understand this point. That is saying that we cry for our physical death of this body. But which death? You are not crying. Why are you not crying when your childhood days body is gone? Your youthful body, that body is no more available. So why don't you cry then?
But we feel nostalgic. That in our childhood days was so good now.
That is something other. So good means someone observer is talking all those things. But being the body. We are talking about we are thinking of the body level. We think that we are lost when the body goes. That's the point. So why don't you cry every day? My yesterday's body was good body. Today is a little drowsy body. So you should cry for that. And when I was very young and I was looking beautiful, now you see my wrinkle has come. Why are you not crying for that? People cry, try to make up all these things. But they cannot bring it back. It is in the memory. So that's the point. The childhood state of the body is not seen with the advancement of the youth, because the body must undergo change. That is the rule of the body. When a new state is attained, so it is always changing. So we should not then cry for when this physical body goes away, because my earlier body has gone away. That time I didn't cry. 20 years body, 21 years body, 22 years, every year, you count it. That's it. There is sometimes in the internet you find that they show that from childhood to the death. The picture of a baby born, how he's crawling, and then he's standing up, then he's moving, he's becoming young, and then moving, and then he's become old, and he's dead. So this change happened with me every day, all of us. But we are not crying because those states are gone. So similarly, this present state will also go. Why to cry? Rationally, but rationality one thing, the emotion is another thing. Head and heart. So head can understand, but heart not. But the heart is to be purified so that head and heart will work simultaneously. And then they will be happy. Then Swami Premishananda, he used to talk about, he used to say, this body, I every day meditate, He meditates. What he meditates? He meditates on when the body will go. And I meditate that this body will be on the fire, and it will be in the fire, and this body then will turn into ashes. This body, because in the old days, he used to say, body is becoming too much burden, too much trouble. So it will have its punishment. And I'll be happy to see this body is burning. You see, it's a joy for him. Death is not a fear. Death is a joy to him because he thinks in the right perspective. Our Swami Sarvadevananda, I told you before, he was the Swami of Sacramento. He is called the saint of sage of Sacramento. People, devotees of Sacramento say like that. He is a sage of Sacramento. So before his death, is when his body is failing, he prepared one stretcher, measuring his height, length, this, that, and called a carpenter and handyman to prepare. So he is thinking, he said that when I'll die, put this body on that. So he measured how much will be the length, breadth. People will be frightened to think that I will die and I'm planning for that. And he made that stretcher and kept in his closet. Every day he will get up and say, mind, that is the thing waiting for you. That will be the last. Your journey will end in that stretcher. They will take it into the cremation ground. So this is the question. This is a physical thing. It has come from the physical 5 elements. It will end into the 5 elements. Now why to cry? But who is the person inside who is enjoying this? He comes and goes. And that is the jiva. So you don't lose anything. So you should not cry. That's the point. 12th verse. Atite bahule kale drishtva na jnayate hisa buddhe pratyaya matrang tat swayeveti vinishchaya. When ample time has passed in pan, just looking at a person who has known previously cannot be recognized. Only through the settled belief of the intellect, one will be able to resolve that this person is verily that person. No? When, say, many years passed, just looking at a person who I know before, suddenly you see so much changes, you cannot recognize even some. Suppose you are reading after 50 years, you see somebody who has changed, become so much physically different. No, it happens. Some become very thin, maybe sick, or somebody who has added weight and this and that. So, previously, you cannot be recognized. But you can recognize it only through settled belief of the intellect. You believe your intellect, oh, the picture looks like that and it is this. With the understanding from the intellectual level and your previous impressions, then you can resolve that this person is verily the same old person. No? Na pashyanti ballabhavam dehasya jauvanagame sutasya janakastena na sochati na rodati tatha dehantara praptir matva sokang sakhe juhi. Oh my friend, therefore, you give up your lamentation. Because with the advent of the youth of the body, one does not see the boyhood state. A son's father neither laments or weeps because of the change. In a similar manner, oh dear friend Arjuna, this transmigration, that means the attainment of another body, is like that. Therefore, thinking deeply, conquer your grip. It is just how to get out of the grip attachment, is saying that you live in the life, be an observer, do your duties wholeheartedly, at the same time knowing that it is a changing face. It moves on and on. No? You go to the bridge, and under the bridge there is a river. You see the same river, but it is not the same river. The same water, it has gone when? When you see 1 minute before, that river water has moved to another place. But by our ignorance we can say, oh, this is the same Ganga, the same Jamuna, or any other river in the world, no? So apparently the flow goes on, the person seems the same, but everything is changing. So what is not changing, focus on that. And what is changing is inevitable. That's the plan of creation. Inevitable. No one can stop this. This change is a part of our existence. See, we have started our class at 7:30. At least 40 minutes almost is coming. We are changed. Do you know? Everything is changed. The hair has become a little bigger. You don't understand how big. micro. Cells, how many cells was replaced and died, and so many things are happening. But we don't understand that, see that. We think that I'm the same guy who started the class and class is ending, I'm going. We are all changing. So why to focus on the change? Why not do the unchanging? So that is the call of Vedanta. And that is the teaching of Krishna here.
But if you don't focus on the change, the example you give Vivekananda, Sarvadevananda, they are focusing on the changeable part, making stretcher, going to higher, all these things, these are the change. They are not focusing on the unchanged. Or the changing, focus of the change, lead them to go to the unchanged.
They are doing together. They are thinking this is the changeful, there is the unchanging. So they are trying to switch their vision from the changing to the unchanging. If it is unchanging, focus that. Changing, it will die. What's the fear? Where is my ego identification with this changing thing? Automatically. Otherwise you cannot do that. Just thinking that this body is changeless, that will not do. Focus should be on the unchanging aspect of the self. What is ahamidam? That idea, I am this body, not I am not the body, I am the Atman. So not the body, so let it go. I don't care for it. And it is going every moment, I don't care for it. So this focus is automatic. This is the end result of their long time analytical process, follow-up of the analytical process. Jat pasasi mahabaho jagat pratibhasikam jagat pratibhasikam jagat tat pratibhasikam samaskaro vasato buddhir drishter purveti prattayo. Tare you see jat pasasi, whatever you are observing, the world that you are seeing is existing in the appearance only. It appears. Everything appears, no? Very, very realistic. We live in delusion. We are sitting in the temple, no? Our head straight, we are straight people. Okay? And this is my favorite example. You think of the earth, globe, and you put Hollywood there. How you are sitting? Are you sitting straight? Think of the American map of America and put Hollywood, and there, which angle you are sitting? Someone is sitting like that all the time and thinking that I am straight. We are walking like this. I am thinking I am straight. So all delusion. You are looking at the sun rising. Sun does not rise. Earth is rotating. Everything is confusion. But people say it is all real. I am seeing the stars. So dot of light. Sun so big. Undoubtedly. And see, the whole day is clouded. The cloud is only little this much. Sun is covered. Sun is covered. Sun is small. So cloud is covered. All opposite. All delusion. Even forget about Vedantic delusion. If you analyze everything, I see this is nothing. This is a piece of wood, micro level. Say it is a very small piece of wood. Break it, go to the subatomic particle. Oh my God, it is infinite energy. Huh? Infinite energy, namely pour of it. Is it science? Is it true? Are you saying so? Or science is saying so? Is it delusion or is it not delusion? Where will you go? We think this is big and this is small. Fictitious. This is no small there. It's all infinite. If the Higgs boson particle go there and try to see what the scientists are saying, where is that smallness then? You create a small idea of small, tiny and big, this. But in the big, that's why Vedantic realization comes. Swami Vivekananda had that vision experience. And that is the immanent and the transcendent is the same reality. He was in his tour. What he was going? In Kakri Ghat. Kakri Ghat in Mayavati, near Mayavati, up in Himalayas. He sat under a tree and started meditating, and then he came out with an experience and understood. He said that a great mystery was revealed before me today. That which is in the macrocosm, that is the microcosm. Micro and macro are the same. There's only one reality. What a grand idea, no? So, but for us, there is small and big distinction, right and wrong distinction. Right and wrong is our own view. Light and darkness. It is our conception. Where is darkness? Is there any darkness in the world? Everywhere there is light wave. Maybe my eyes cannot catch that. My range is this much. Beyond that, I cannot see. Beyond this, below that, I cannot see. So all the night animals, they have their search for their food the whole night. How they do? If they don't see anything, if there is no light. So this is all, we live in a world of confusion. And we take it to be so real, it is everything I see. I saw it before my eyes. What you saw is every time you are seeing wrong. So this is the different ways of looking at the truth. So let me see. O mighty arm, the world that you see is existing in appearance only. It is due to the latent impressions of previously acquired conviction of the intelligence and buddhi. Samskara. Your past samskaras, past impressions, that is the lens. That is the mind, lens of the mind. And through that mind lens you are seeing. That's why in the same world, we all look differently. We all feel differently. Because we see through the lens of our mind. Everyone's mind is created because of the impact of my all past thoughts and karmas and everything. That is, mind is a built-up thing. And mind changes every day because of those past background, or we are acquiring something new information with it. And then 15 and 16 verse says, Drishtva tu shukti rajatang lobhat grahita muddato prakshabo bodho badho dayat drashta sthanantara gatastata punaragatta tatraiva rajatang napapassati purvadishtang mannamani rajato harsamoditam buddhe pratyaya sanskarat nasti dropang trikalake. So one person is going in a street and found there is a stone and seeing that it is jewel or it is a valuable. And then punaragatya, and then he didn't care, and after moving some distance, he said, oh, it's a good thing, let me grab it. And then he came back and found that it is not the rajata, it is not the gold, it's not the precious thing, but it is only some appearance of that. So this is the way. Due to greed, one attempted to take the oyster shell that appears like silver, no? That's the old example they give is oyster shell and silver. They look alike, shining nature. Thereafter, before his ignorance was destroyed, he went to a different place. Upon his return there itself, he saw the oyster shell as silver. He was delighted with joy, thinking that what had been seen before was silver. It is due to the latent impression of the firm belief that has already formed in his mind from the previous experience. But there is no silver in all the 3 periods of time. So like that, all the 3 times of the darkness when one thinking that snake bite, touching the rope snake example is a very standard example. When you are crying, rope, say snake, snake, snake. Snake has bitten me. See, here I feel the touch. And people are going to hospital and then taking injection, all these things. And some intelligent man says, oh, so where did it happen? Let us go and check it. And they bring a flashlight and found. What you find? A rope is lying down. The rope was there, rope is there, rope was there and will be there. But in between, your mental frame, mental ideas created a snake there. And snake bite, you got the snake bite, and all the consequences you suffered, only to know there is no snake was in your mind only. That's why this whole world is in the mind. That's Vedanta says, no? Therefore, the body, wife, wealth, children and residence, orchard full of trees, residence, orchard full of trees and garden house, and house with a pathway lined with the trees on both sides, all are imaginary like silver seen in the oyster. There is no trace of reality in them. Therefore, during deep sleep, Sushupti, the visible infinite universe, with all the objects stored in the mind, are not there. In the Sushupti avastha, no? When you go to deep sleep state. So even you don't dream. So where goes all your impression of this universe, or dream universe, or your past experience, all as if lost? It is not lost. It has been just went into the dormant state, into the mind. So during the deep sleep state, Susupti, the visible infinite universe with all the objects stored in the mind are, we don't experience that, it's not there. The universe, moving and non-moving objects appear in that mind when one wakes up. And the same mind, when it wakes up, all the concept of the past is there inside the mind, embedded, and he experienced the world. So it is said that your mind is showing all these things. That's why the theory of Eko Jivavad, one jiva. They say that there is no one else but I. Very difficult, very high level ideas. But we can think this way. Is it not you create your whole dream? The dream, in the dream, who creates your dream? You. Or somebody goes to create your dream. No one goes to create your dream. And in dream, what you create? You create yourself. You create so many people. You create the drama. What will be enacted, that dream? You are the director. You are the producer. And then you play there. And you caught into the trap. A drama is such, you are falling into trouble, a tiger is attacking you. Who created your tiger? How the tiger comes to attack you? You are there, and this attacking plan, who has done that plan? Your mind has done the plan. If you see everything, your mind has the power to create the dream world, so real. And people come, what is the meaning of the dream? Don't go to think about the meaning of the dream. Dream is your mind's projection. So it is your mind has created. End there. Don't try to find a meaning and spend your time for delving into the details. This is not real, so dream is also not real. If you say this is real, then dream is also real. So if this is real, dream is real, sleep is real, God is real. So many 100 reals. No, there is no 100 reals, therefore it is just discarded. In the analytical path, we discard everything. There is only reality. They are all fake. So this is the concept. During the deep sleep, Susupti, visible universe, infinite universe, with all the objects stored in the mind are not there. This universe, moving and non-moving objects, appears in the mind when one wakes up from the sleep. No? This universe, perceived through the mind, is not real. Existence alone, 19th verse, was there. There was no other pretext or pretense before creation. There is neither space nor even time, neither 5 elements nor any product of these elements. Sadeva asit pura srister nannat kinchit nimishat tataha na desho na piva kalo no bhutang napi bhautikam. So there is nothing other than that reality, Satchidananda reality. Maya bijrimbhite tasmin Srakphunivo avasthitam tat sat maya prabhaveno vishwakarena bhasati. So like the snake appearing on a garden, Maya appears as the world in that Brahman reality. By the influence of Maya, this existence appears in the form of this universe. We see this world, it is all Brahman, and I see it as world, that is Maya. So I thought that I will finish it, but it is no, it's only 21 verse. So now it is, we can end here. Next day we will read from the verse 21. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. So we'll be tomorrow Wednesday, my class, no? I'll be here to read the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna at 7:30 to 8:30. One question is coming. A question is here. My girlfriend is going to Dakshineshwar temple complex today. Which place you recommend she meditate? At the temples. Yeah. Ask her to, there are not many places that they don't allow nowadays because it has been very restricted. As I heard, I didn't go last several years. So people used to go to meditate in the room where Ramakrishna used to live. People used to sit they used to allow in the room meditating and then coming out as long as you like. But because too many people are going, so they have now stopped allowing anybody to enter into his room, but you can view the room through the door. The same arrangement is made where Ramakrishna has the bigger cot, smaller cot. So, I do not know where they will allow you, but if it not, at least they will allow in front of the Mother Kali's temple. It is the temple has an annexed hall. So in the front of the hall you can sit there and can see the Mother Kali and do japa meditation. There also I do not know whether they will allow under the bell tree where Ramakrishna did that sadhana of tantra. So that is another place of meditation. But Dakshineshwara is so pure, you can meditate anywhere.
No, it's all open now. I went there last year, so it's all open pretty much. But the lines are huge, so it takes a while to actually go in.
No, in the room of Ramakrishna, they don't allow.
Not in the room of Sri Ramakrishna, but the Kali Ma temple, like...
No, that is not. He is trying to meditate. Where to meditate?
No, there's no place for that.
No, there will be. The Nath Mandir will be there. Big hall in front of the temple.
Oh, yeah, that's there.
Another question, is it possible to learn and understand Vedanta through reading books and listening to lectures? It is possible to learn because it is intellectual knowledge, but you need to practice. And this is good, this is clearing in the mind, some trying to understand. But it will not stay. It is only in the intellect. So to make it a reality, we should have to practice spirituality. Every day, meditate, pray, all these other yogas, we have to take the help of other yogas, so that this understanding, we can catch it. Intellectually, we can sometimes say it makes sense. But it makes sense does not mean I can do that. No. So it is to be practiced. And the spiritual life is nothing but purification of the mind. If the mind is not purified, so this talk will be an intellectual talk. That's why Shankaracharya says, Bhagvai kari, shabda jhuri, shastra vyakhyan kaushalam, tadvad bhuktaye, natu muktaye. Shankaracharya saying, he is the highest man of analytical, philosophical, everything to be analyze, critical discrimination. There's a Bhagvai kari, you can say in flowery language, explain this Vedanta principle, you can talk, you can understand, no? Sabda jhuri, with your flow of words, vocabulary is so beautiful that you're as if flowers are flowing like that in your speech. People will be charmed with your speech. It's all okay. Bhagavaikuri Shabdachari. Shastra Vyakhyanu Kausalam. You can quote Chandagya, Brihadaranyaka, this, that, Panchadasi, the airport there, and Western philosopher, Eastern philosopher. You can do everything. But this will be up to, this is Tadvat Bhuktaye. It is one type of fun and enjoyment. People, ordinary people, I get good ice cream, I can enjoy in my tongue. They are philosophical people, they find joy in intellectual debate and discussion. That much is good. Shankaracharya says, Tadvat Bhuktaye, it is for bhog, it is for enjoyment, intellectual enjoyment. I did 1 hour intellectual debate with someone and I defeated them. There was a story that when in our early days when we were brahmacharis in near Belur Math, so there was a great scholar and he used to teach us Chandogya and Brihadaranyaka Upanishad with very great scholar all over India. He is famous. He is a professor in Calcutta University, and he come. And then he said, I will not be able to come to the class next time because I'll have to go to Benares. Then he said, so why are you going? No, I'm going there. They have invited me to have a debate, Shastra Alochana, on Sankhya philosophy. And I am to speak in the favor of Sankhya. And I say, you are reading all the time, teaching Vedanta, and you are expert in Vedanta, and you are going for arguing in favor of Sankhya and defeating Vedanta. Then he said, smiled, and he went, well, let us see how it happens. And actually he went, and he established Sankhya is the highest philosophy. See, he's a Pandit. He gives such argument like the lawyers in the high court, no? It's a powerful lawyer. They can give argument in such a way that, there is a story that one lawyer was arguing and he's giving points, just all the points on the side of the opponent. Opponent's point he's such justifying. And then the client said, sir, these are all going in opposite. They will win the case and I will be ruined. Then he said, oh, if these are the opposite party's opinion, then these are the arguments which is nullifying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That means that intellectually, they are very so bright and intellectual, they can really put argument to prove that this is the truth. But here is the question. Spirituality is all practice, day and night, and there is also place for, no, you cannot do by your own effort. God's grace is necessary, love for God is necessary, meditation is necessary, selfless work is necessary, all to purify the heart more, then it will resonate. When you read this, it will resonate in your heart. You'll feel that, oh my God, what a joy. Huh? I know of some sadhus, they used to live like that. They take one verse and meditate on this type of verse. Take one verse. You can spend 1 hour. What is the problem in that? Just take one verse. So, practice is more important. And then it will be a revealed truth. And this is, sages have experienced, and it is again and again. That's why it's called scientific. Vedanta is called very scientific because it is verified and verifiable. It is verifiable. I can verify. But you have to follow the procedure. You cannot take your own procedure and say this is the path will lead you to God. That may take you, but it is not verified. That's why it's called gharana. In the musical tradition, in Indian tradition, they call gharana. Means that there is a tradition. You follow that path is with, many people have traveled in that path, and many people got the same experience and they revalidate. Ramakrishna is a revalidation of all the experiences of the Upanishads. All the Upanishads are the experiences of the saints and sages, no? This is not only past. Upanishad is the past history, no. He lived that life without reading any book. And he said, I saw this. He said in his meditation, Nihar Dhumarka. In Setasvatar Upanishad, there is a verse that when you have your illumination, you will find that you are always in different stages of your mind, you will see different things. You will find inside the fireflies in the deep dark, open space, all around fireflies. Ramakrishna had that experience and he says, I saw this. And we can find in the Setasvatar Upanishad, Niharo Dhuma Arka. He's talking about Niharo Dhuma. He said it is like a flex. You'll feel that the whole world is filled with that flex. It is not the cold. Don't talk about the cold, but the experience that like flakes, snowflakes, all infinite number of flakes. You are surrounded by that type of atmosphere. Ramakrishna didn't read the Upanishad, but he said, these are the experiences I have done. It proves that it is validated. What Upanishad is said, that is valid. And it can be valid. Follow his path, the Upanishadic path. It will lead us to the absolute experience, undoubtedly. Okay, so we end here today. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Thank you all. Jai Ma, Jai Ma.